What's up, guys? Hope you can hear me fine. Not, I'll have to adjust my volume a bit. I have two games, two clan battles that we had, I think last week. Pretty freaking amazing. And as amazing, I mean, they're really fucking close, and really haven't had games like these type of games are very rare. That's why I decided to record them. So the first game is my current clan, NFJF, our Alpha Division, versus NAF, their Alpha Division. I don't know the names for NAF, their full name, but you can see their lineup. They have Triple Des Moines, Zhao, Stalingrad, and Shimakaze. We have Des Moines, Puerto Rico, two Stalingrads, Gearing, and Grozavoy. First double Kremlin. So we start this match off. Can't remember how it goes. So I'm gonna narrate on it as it goes. But I think I'm just looking at the map right now. We're trying to figure out how we want to spread our ship set. Where we want to go. I believe I'm gonna go for a fairly ballsy move. I don't usually do this on this map, but I'm going to just drive my Grozavoy up straight into the middle cap of A and try to take. Oh, okay, that's why I'm doing that. So my thought process is they only have one DD, so the DD is probably not going to try to go to AB. Probably, since they only have one, he's probably going to play it a bit safe. If he does go to A, he's more likely to go on like the outskirts of the A and the other side of the map. In that case, if he does that, he'll just stall. But leave C open. Goes to C. Well, probably won't be. You know, he has a higher chance of getting that one because he can stay undetected longer. But we still outgunned the Shimakaze with both the Grozavoy and the Gearing. One downside of playing a torque bolt like Shimakaze is that cap contesting is not a strong suit. So right ahead, I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna turn around because I do not want to have my don't want to be facing into the cap just in case I get radar, because I can be detected Des Moines, and I can almost guarantee that I will be detected or I will be radared as I go into this cap. They have three Des Moines and a Stalingrad, so that's a lot of radar, and it's pretty much guaranteed that they're gonna radar me when I get this cap ticket or it's our color. So I'm just gonna maneuver on nicely in here. We can already see that that Des Moines right there is 9.4 kilometers away from me, which means he is I am within his radar range. Now we can see that Des Moines did in fact turn away behind that island, so he can't shoot me, he can't hurt me, but he can still radar me, and that means if he radars me, somewhere else on the map could take the shots for him and reset me, get me off that cap. I'm backing up into the cap. I'm just waiting, and there's the radar, of course. I expected it. That's why I backed up into the cap. And I'm just going to sit here. No one's aiming at me because I have priority targets, so I can see that. I don't know. They don't really care too much about me, but there's at least one person currently aiming at me. And that Des Moines is going to try to hit me. I'm going to set the cap. Well, here's the funny thing. This guy's aim is not very good. So I put my speed boost on, and I just kind of juke him back and forth. Because he can't really tell which way I'm going unless he has a mod on. It tells my direction. It's not very easy to tell if I'm going forward or backwards. With a little bit of jukes, I managed to avoid getting hit and reset. I take that cap. Now I don't know quite why I'm sitting here like that. I think maybe I'm like maybe waiting the radar out. Could potentially go into the B cap. Maybe that's why I'm kind of sitting back like that. But yeah, I decided just to get in at that point. But we see on the C side they sent the Shimakaze like I thought they probably would. One Des Moines. And you can say they sent two Des Moines that way. That Des Moines way in the back over there behind behind the island. But he's basically, that's the guy that was shooting at me, and already their Shimakaze is dead. That's huge for us, because they only have one DD. So now it's going to be very, very difficult for their team to take any of the caps. If they do want to take a cap, they're going to have to roll in one of their big boys. they're bigger ships with high detection, and that's very easy for us to see and counteract by just simply shooting at them and resetting the capture points. I'm roaming around. I feel like, okay, I should go to C cap, because you know I can't really get the B cap. It's too hot, and I see there's a Kremlin, and he's actually getting really aggressive. So I drop torps in his direction, hoping that maybe he continues forward in that same way. Maybe I'll get lucky and hit some torpedoes on him. There's a Des Moines left and a Des Moines to my right, and all of a sudden I'm spotted. I guess I really didn't expect the Kremlin to be that close to me. For him to be able to proximity detect me like that. That was a misplay on my part. And we land one torpedo. Kremlin. Good, but not great. The best thing about that is that we actually get one flooding on him. So he's probably not going to want to keep that flood on him. He's going to repair that, which means if anybody can land a fire on him after that, it's going to be a permanent fire. So now I'm getting my ass slapped by these two Des Moines over here sitting at the C cap. And I'm very, very worried that I might potentially die here and throw that lead we just got by killing their Shimakaze. I see that we have our gearing over here is extremely low. He bites the dust. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get away. Try to maybe get behind an island or so that I don't die. But as I ran away, they destroy my engine. But lucky enough for me, their radar ends or I get out of the range. If I did get out of the range, it must have been that Des Moines farther in the back that had the radar on. Because the other Des Moines to my that's closer to me, I'd still be in his range. So we know then that the radar is probably the Des Moines nearest that Kremlin. Behind the Kremlin. Still really want that C cap, but it's kind of dangerous because that Des Moines could back up at any point, and he could blow me up. But we have the A cap, so our points are taken. They don't have any points right now. They have no caps. See the Kremlin starting to move towards C. I think I'm gonna open up on this guy because I think we figure out that maybe his damage control party is down. So I'm gonna open up on him. I feel like I'm gonna safe enough distance in the back that I can shoot open water gunboat and probably not take any fire. Anything that Des Moines that's 13.1 kilometers away is my biggest threat. But since I see that I have priority target on and no one's currently aiming at me, like I feel pretty good to sit here and take as many shots at this Kremlin as I can, hoping that I can start a fire onto him. Drop torpedoes as I try to kind of predict where he's going to turn. Now we see that the focus is now onto me. I do not want to get hit by those shells because that will hurt a lot. Luckily for me, I think he just got like an over penetration on me. No damage. Great detection. Oh, excuse me. And I'm gonna keep taking pot shots at this Kremlin. Yeah, the Des Moines is inching forward on that left side over there. We have a Puerto Rico and a Kremlin, so if he does go a bit too far forward, hopefully the Kremlin and the Puerto Rico's enough to dissuade him from like pushing full all the way through to a point where he could threaten me. We land a torpedo and we land a fire. I believe that's probably a perma-fire, perma-flood, because he's not repairing it right away. So I'm going to assume that's a permanent flood and fire. But our Des Moines is getting really close to that Kremlin, man. He's really close. If he gets detected, he might get blown up in one shot, and he does. And what looked to be a really like one-sided match in our favor has quickly turned, and now we're 3 ships to 5 ships, and it's I'm remembering in this game like, what the hell just happened? Like, we had this. What the fuck? Like, we had the cap advantage. I guess, you know, our guys on our right flank, or what is that? our west. Oh, wait a second. North, our east flank. They just something happened over there that was not ideal, and they went bye bye. But here's where this game actually takes a. This is here comes the reason why I decided to record this game. At this point, I think we lost the game. I mean, we've lost the caps, we've lost our ships. They have just so much radar that it makes me so unlikely to be able to do much against them. So you can see here, I dropped some torpedoes. That little middle of the channel there. That's because that's a place that ships usually go to take a shortcut. I figured they're probably going to want to go through that channel to either go to A or help their ships at sea. And I saw that Des Moines' last known position on the map was right kind of close in there. So I shoot torps in there hoping that, maybe he's not going to, he won't expect it. And I'm going to just hope that I can get pretty lucky with that. Oh, and I see it all of a sudden, a Zao. Now this is the great thing about, ooh, and we get that blind torpedo volley onto Des Moines and we kill him. Amazing, right? And here's the great thing about running the Russian cruiser, Russian DD. People don't expect us to do so much damage, and this is a one rare case where I can actually fight a cruiser 1 versus 1 and potentially win. So I say, okay, if we're gonna win, this is the way we're gonna win this. I'm gonna have to kill the Zao. I have pretty good guns, and he probably not gonna expect me to do so much damage. And I'm doing good damage onto him, good volleys. I heal up just in case I don't want to get a rogue volley to one-shot me. And just like that,
enemy cruiser destroyed.
they lose 2 ships, thanks to me.
The ship is on fire.
And now we're in a position that we can actually turn this around again. So I thought that was pretty fucking crazy that, just so, the Des Moines just happens to run into my blind torpedo eye. And then as I turn the corner, here's a stationary Zao just like sitting there. Like, I don't know why that Zao was just stationary like that. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. But he gave me a lot of broadside and a lot to work with. And I took it. I took full advantage of that. I'm gonna head to that cap here, and I know I need to switch caps. Right, but I'm looking at that Des Moines. That Des Moines' last known position. And I'm thinking, alright, because I like thinking of the game like kind of like chess, I'm going to go in this cap. What is that Des Moines most likely to do? If he wants to prevent the worst outcome, he's going to go for me. Because if he goes after the Puerto Rico and Kremlin, he's going to leave me open to taking the A cap and the B cap. I know that he could potentially still have radar. So I'm very hesitant to actually go through this channel right here. Because if I do go through this channel, and he does happen to be around there, and he happens to have radar, I am dead. I don't believe I'll be able to get away from that with the health I have. And in the position of the map, I don't believe I can survive that. So I back up and I try to like just skirt the edges because I do not want. Sorry guys, I'm a little tired. And we can see he's so close that me just crossing that channel is enough to proximity spot me. That would be super dangerous for me to have gone through that channel. Currently I'm hydroed, so I'm so close to this guy that even his hydro is enough to detect me. So I feel like I make the right decision in not going down there because I would most certainly be dead. So I know now the thing that I need to do the most is just to survive. Maybe my torpedoes will hit that Kremlin, and they do. Bye-bye, Kremlin. And, yeah, this game has just completely swung again into our favor. I think at this point I realize, wait a second, it's that Des Moines is, he's actually taking the A-cap. And I don't want him to take that A-cap back. I figure I gotta go back into that cap and at least stop him from swapping it over to his color. And then his hydro finally go. Or was that his radar? Either way, it's down now. It's safe for me to go back into the caps. Pretty much no way for this Des Moines to actually win now. Not with the Puerto Rico still being alive and the Kremlin as well. Perhaps if it was Puerto Rico, Grozavoy left, he might be able to pull something off. If Puerto Rico gave too much broadside or anything like that. GG's go out, and at this point it's pretty much set in stone that we're gonna win the game. EMs have to worry about the Puerto Rico giving him a ram. He does that, and definitely gonna be die. Oh, but he doesn't even do the ram. I guess he just gets a nice broadside or something. Nice drive by. That's the first of the two clan battle games that I'm for you guys. That was a very crazy game for us. Went from being a pretty much game that was in the bag to a game that not in the bag, and then came back to our favorite game. It was a very fun game, and GG to the other team.